وكرم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله العظيم من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله، بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح للأمة وكشف الغمة وجاهد في سبيل الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. فاجزه اللهم عنا خير ما جازيت رسولا عن أمته ونبيا عن قومه، وارض اللهم عن أصحابه وأزواجه وذريته والتابعين لهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. ثم أما بعد، إخوة الإيمان، إخوة الإسلام، إخوة التوحيد, brothers and sisters, today is the first Jum'ah after Ramadan, and I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you and your families, and Eid Mubarak to all of you. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make your times happy, healthy and safe, and accept from all of us what we have done in Ramadan, and forgive us for not doing what we could have done, because Allah Azza wa Jal did give us the opportunity to do it. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with His mercy, keep showering us, and with His rahmah, post-Ramadan, post-Eid. And as we know, we practiced and we lived the experience of Ramadan. All the ibadat have one single objective. It is taqwa. Allah commanded humanity. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. That's the essence of existence. And this ibadah in the general format, if you smile is a ibadah, if you give is a ibadah, if you do not give for the sake of Allah, it's a ibadah. To refrain from doing something wrong is a ibadah. And also to have sabr, to do the good things. And that's why Ramadan and fasting, it's the longest ibadah in Islam. You know, we do our salah 10-15 minutes. We were blessed this year with tahajjud. We did 2 rak'ah in 1 hour. So every rak'ah was 30 minutes. But fasting is 16-18 hours. It's a very long type of ibadah. It has to be sustained. You have to refrain. You have to control. And this heavy-duty 1-month crash course, divinely designed to train us for what's going to come after Ramadan. We think, Allah Azza wa Jal presence amongst us is seasonal. So when we come to Jum'ah, once the Jum'ah is over and we leave, Allah is gone with it. When the Salah comes, when somebody dies, when there is something I need, as if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just hit the button and Allah is there for you when we need. But at the times when we think we don't need Allah Azza wa Jal, this is where we are most, and when we are most vulnerable, that we need Allah most. When you're rich, when you're healthy, when you have time, when you have power, when you have everything, you think you don't need anything else, this is when you need Allah Azza wa Jal most. And that's why the taqwa is living, it exists on the platform of shukr. وَبِالشُّكْرِ تَدُومُ النِّعَمِ اِعْمَلُوا آلَ دَاوُودَ شُكْرًا. Allah Azza wa Jal commanded the family of Dawood, all of them and generations to come and tell them. Why? To teach us that. اِعْمَلُوا, do shukr, not say shukr. It's cheap, it's free, you can say Alhamdulillah, it's bad, it's not bad, it's good. But is it a reflection of your heart, your mind, your consciousness? And that's why, how do we feel about post-Ramadan? We came to Taraweeh, we did Isha Jama'ah. After the day of Eid, did you do Isha in Jama'ah? If you did not do, unless there was a very strong reason for not doing it, it means you only did it in Ramadan. You did not really pass the test of training. You came for tahajjud. Have we added 2 rak'ahs after Ramadan, the nights now after Eid? Are we doing at least 2? Many of us force themselves to do 20. Excellent. But are we sustaining 2 after that? At least 2 additional ones. Value add to connect and keep connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was given food. Am I still giving food? I try to control what my tongue says. Am I still doing it? Or I get nervous and the words, just like a string of data, just rush out of my mouth, left and right, without control. Humbleness. And that's why the only way is to keep close to Quran. What keeps us connected after Ramadan is by staying connected with Quran, because Ramadan is so rich with Quran. And it is amazing. The other night we had storms and the thunder was shaking the homes. Very powerful. So it prompted in my mind, subhanAllah, there is a surah, there is a chapter called Ar-Ra'd, thunder. And in that surah, I found one of the most humbling ayat that softens the heart. وَالَّذِينَ تَطْمَئِنُّ قُلُوبُهُمْ بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبُ. This ayah is used all over, all the time. Those who their hearts become under control, comforted with tranquility and humbleness and calmness. Your heart becomes so tender. بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. It is not that the dhikr of Allah Azza wa Jal, remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, leads to the calmness and softness of hearts. Of course, it is the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why the Quran taught us. When we hear the thunder, سبحان الذي يسبح الرعد بحمده والملائكة من خيفته. Subhanallah. Tasbih, praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That this thunder does tasbih to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bihamdihi. And we always said hamd is inclusive of everything. That's why Al-Fatiha starts with Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. It's inclusive of everything. Shukr and praising and Tawheed and everything else. وَالْمَلَائِكَةِ, to remember our companions, the malaika witnessing our Jum'ah today. Just imagine there is an angel, there's a malak that doesn't do anything but tasbih. And it is less than an eye blink to respond to the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is next to you now, in our presence. Do you see the gravity, the power of that consciousness as we are coming to the masjid? And after Ramadan, how can we sustain at least a portion of what we have accomplished in Ramadan? Refraining, as one of our imams once said, if you weigh yourself at the end of Ramadan, Eid morning, and you're heavier than your weight before Ramadan, well, you've been gone off the chart. Food has been the prime objective. We have to pay attention to things. So going after Ramadan, check your salah. What you did in Ramadan, are you still doing? You were reading Quran one juz at least, or a piece of that Quran, because we know in the chapter of Al-Muzammil, Surah Al-Muzammil, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end explains that people will go to work and they will travel, they are sick, they have other things to do, it's life. Allah recognizes that. And at the end he said, فَقْرَأُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنْ. Just read a piece of the Quran, one ayah, open the Quran, look into it. This is one of the most powerful ibadah, is to connect with the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You read and you talk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you listen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you read Quran. It's highly interactive session when you open the Quran. It is amazing. It is discipline. It tranquilizes your heart. People take medicine for painkillers. Quran is a shaitan killer. Quran brings you down. It stabilizes you. It brings you back to your rational situation. It brings you back to your mindset where you're supposed to be. Humble, caring, responsible, conscious. And many of us forget what you do after Ramadan is not for nobody else, it's for you, for me. As if we don't care about ourselves. We just had a hype, a peak, because all the shayateen, the big bad guys being chained up and locked up, Allah made it easier for us to get closer to Him. And I say the Quran because one of the most striking things, maybe I have said this before in the khutbahs, but as a reminder, the Quran is the best book ever has been for humanity, and Allah Azza wa Jal has put forth to our knowledge. From the divine to us is Quran. However, it is the most simple book that humanity has known and will ever know. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Allah made it yasir, easy. A 5-year-old can memorize Quran. An 80-year-old can memorize Quran. A Chinese-speaking person can read the Quran. Everybody can learn and read and memorize across the globe, across the generations. What other book that mankind has known as easy as the Quran? Subhanallah. It's accessible, but it has to have the intention. There is anybody, any human being desires the truth, Allah has promised to guide them to it. And now we have passed Ramadan. And obviously the sadaqat, and we talked about the difference between zakah and sadaqah. Move the zakah forward ASAP. Don't delay it, period. It's a top priority. It's a pillar. It's the third in Islam. It revives your tawheed. It cleanses your heart, and the true nature of us that we love money, we like to keep wealth. We have to gather more, and we brag about it. I have this, my net worth, my salary, my bonuses. I can do that. I'm so intelligent. I am working for a multinational corporation. I am this and that, but what are you doing with it is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to look for, is going to account for. And that's why post-Ramadan is no less important than the times we spend in Ramadan and all of those ibadat, because Allah Azza wa Jal is not seasonal. Allah Azza wa Jal هو الله عز وجل في الأرض وفي السماء. He is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, and at all times, whether it's Ramadan, Hajj, Eid, Jum'ah, any time, whether we are together or by ourselves, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless our hearts with the tranquility of His dhikr and the blessings and the calmness of our souls, so we can cleanse and we can clean up and go forward inshallah after Ramadan and improve. Allahumma ameen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله حمد الشاكرين، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ولي الصالحين المصلحين المخلصين المخلصين. الله أسأل أن يجعلنا جميعا منهم، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله عليه أفضل الصلاة وأزكى التسليم. بأبي وأمي يا رسول الله. Brothers and sisters, the gratitude, thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gave us the opportunity to enjoy Ramadan. And I have come across a real story at the Islamic Foundation in Villa Park. A man, Allah blessed him to become a Muslim in Ramadan. And after 3 weeks, he passed away in Ramadan. He didn't make it till the end of Ramadan. How much ibadah has he managed to learn and do? And he didn't have plenty of time to commit sins, because once he became a Muslim, it's a brand new book. It's clear. It's in the month of Ramadan. And Allah has had a destiny for him in Ramadan to meet him before Eid. So he was blessed big time with a minimum amount of investment. Imagine that you entered Ramadan a Muslim. You ended Ramadan as a Muslim. And to keep doing good deeds, how much value that is. Because we take it for granted. Because of our names, culture, parents, just the overall lifestyle we have, Muhammad and Abdullah, and our food and our culture and dress. That's not true. Because we had somebody who was doing the shirk and kufr. In 3 weeks, his life transformed into a muwahhid, a believer, and then he met the Lord. Therefore, we need to pay attention with the energy and the momentum, and still the residue of Imani feelings after Ramadan and Taraweeh is keep that protected from dying out. Keep the candle of Iman in your heart lit. Do not let the winds of ma'asi blow that light and that candle off to die. And instead of shining and glowing and showing light, it becomes dark and dead. Therefore, we have a lot of homework to do to sustain our iman after Ramadan. The Ummah needs that. If you love Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, the hostage, we have to be good. So when we make a dua, our income has to be halal. When we raise our hands, Allah Azza wa Jal looks at us, pays attention to us, listens to us, answers our call. Take those moments when your heart is broken and close to Allah and make dua for our Muslim brothers and sisters in Syria. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alleviate the suffering and the killing that we have not witnessed, first and foremost as human beings. Killing of innocent people, of Muslims in particular, as we are seeing as we speak. Never. This is so demanding of us to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and seek help and prayer. And even what's happening in Dallas and elsewhere is a reflection of oppression, injustice, racism, but it's all about really how much humanity is working with its Lord. This is a reflection, this is the real problem. It's not just the Constitution and the laws on the books. Those who are committing injustice, killing, racism, bigotry, and all of that, it's not the issue of the laws on the books. It's the divine law that's been neglected. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us and all of us to stand up for justice and to stand up for the right thing. But first we have to implement justice to ourselves by saving it from hellfire, by sustaining ibadah and good deeds after Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our shortcomings, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of those who hear and follow the best and do the best. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our families, our communities, bless our wealth and make it pure halal and purify it. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect generations to come to raise the flag of justice under the banner of Islam and La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Allahumma aghfir lana dhunubana, Allahumma arham da'fana wajbur kasrana wa tawalla amrana. اللهم كن للمسلمين في كل مكان، اللهم كن للأرامل واليتامى والمساكين في كل مكان، اللهم انصر عبادك المؤمنين المجاهدين في سبيلك في كل مكان، اللهم ثبت أقدامهم وسدد سهامهم، اللهم ول عليهم خيارهم ولا تول عليهم شرارهم، اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين والظالمين والمنافقين فإنهم لا يعجزونك، إنك يا مولانا على ما تشاء قدير. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين وأقم الصلاة.